Hey guys, this is the Hillside Drift Zone. The weekly challenge is 140,000 points using an S1900 Ford built before 2010. Or it can be 2010. I believe that police cruiser is a 2010. But before we get started, for drifting, we pretty much need to have anti-lock brakes off, traction control off, stability control off, and you don't need to, but I do prefer and recommend shifting to manual. Alright, with that usual spiel out of the way, this one I like to start on this western side. It's downhill up to about here-ish, and you start going uphill a little bit towards the end. I just prefer to drift downhill most of the way if I can. So, that's really all there is to it. I mean, like any drift zone, you stay on the road and you get your points. There's not a lot of corners, though, I will say on this one, to get a bunch of points. There's a lot of swinging your tail back and forth, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And I will be in this Mustang SVO. I have two tunes on this one. This is the rear wheel drive. So let's go ahead and get going here. So I'm going to switch over to second gear. I'm just going to hang out in second gear as I enter the drift zone here. And drifting in rear wheel drive, oh boy. In a weird way, it's easier and harder. It's kind of hard to explain. It's easier to get into a drift, but it's also harder to control the car. I think it's in a weird way where it's easier. Oh, almost over drifting there, like I was saying. You kind of get more points in all-wheel drive drift cars. I don't know, it's kind of weird. And drifting is, and I've said this 1.5 billion times in all these drift zones over the past, couple of years, or however long this thing's been out. Drifting is not my specialty. But it is what it is, you gotta do it from time to time. We need 140, and what are we at here? 115. One last curve left. Can we do it? I think so here. And we just need about 10,000, 7,000 more, and we already... Yeah, come on. There we go. Just got it. Just snuck in there. 144, 597. Alright, thanks, guys. That'll take care of the rear-wheel drive drift. And here we are on the all-wheel drive drift tune. All I did was load that tune up. I'm going to go ahead and stay in first gear on this one. I don't know. I'm going to switch over to second here. Forgot how I tune this. So like I said, it's harder to get into a drift and stay in a drift, but you go faster. So you typically get more points, but let's just see here. This isn't the best drift course in the world. It's, like I said, too many straights. Let's just see here. I'm going faster. You can just kind of feel it. But I do come out of a drift a lot easier and a lot quicker. So I gotta use the e-brake from time to time just to get my rear into a drift a little bit easier. Much more than a rear wheel drive. Help if I actually got on the road here a little bit. This is the last curve. And we already are over 140. It's a little bit easier, I think, in the all-wheel drive. 158, 044. Pick your poison. Do you want all-wheel drive or do you want rear-wheel drive? Two different feelings, two different styles. You have a choice, though. All right, thanks, guys. I'll see you all later.
Don't make me destroy you. It is your destiny. I am your father.